2023. We get a lot of physical mail on this show, and we are willing to address your questions and concerns, also willing to move that little piece of hair out of my forehead so you can see me perfectly. So here's the letter. Can we switch to our letter-ready music? That's our Under Duress music. There we go. I can't read a letter with Under Duress.
Sad music.
No, it's not sad. It's just
Peaceful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dear Wilds, love the show. Oh, it's nice. Over the holidays, my wife and I binged the entire Bud List series, and we've never been more motivated. Any chance you're thinking of a Bud List movie? I think it'd be great. I believe in you, Brew. Sincerely, Don.
Wow. Wow. Wait, Don, they write a lot of letters.
It's a different Don.
Is it? Okay, I was about to say, like, is Don writing all these? Like, first I get a board game.
Yeah.
Now potentially a movie.
Well, I believe in you.
Wow. That plus the fact that we're going into wild card weekend had me feeling extra motivational, extra inspirational. So, Nick, you know who my first guy is. You should know. I've been touting him all year. Number 3 on the Bud List, Josh Allen. Now, I know everybody's saying, hold up. Tua's out.
Yeah.
It should be a cakewalk against Miami. Precisely. And what if it's not a cakewalk? What if Josh struggles? I got to be honest. I'm objective up in here. All right, Josh, everybody picked him, including me, to win the MVP this season, the preseason. Just about everybody said. I'll give Nick
Except
credit.
for people that like to be right.
All right. And he failed. All right? And I have to admit, Nick, there is a little bit of truth to your Josh Allen roller coaster. I'm going to give you that. All right? And so Josh Allen has got to come out here. Go out there, Josh. Dispose of them quickly. Blow them out. Run away with it and rest up for next week and really do make it better than a bye. Josh Allen, number 1 on the Bud List. I got to throw this out there, too. You did lead the league in red zone picks with 5.
Is he number 1 or number 3?
Number 1 with 5. All right, so Josh, I believe in you. Go ahead and get it done. Number 2, Iowa Mafia in the house. My man Brock Purdy. Brock, you have passed every test, my man. Thrown into the fire against Miami, a good team. No problem. All right, you got to come back against the Las Vegas Raiders. No problem. But this is the playoffs. And I got to admit, heading into the playoffs, Nick, I'm going to give Nick a little pub here on my Bud List.
Oh, good.
You have, Brock, been better than Jimmy G.
Wow.
You have played better, but you have to play better than Jimmy G did in the playoffs. Right. All right, that's what it's about, because the only way that you can lose to the Seattle Seahawks, sorry, Wilds, is if you play poorly, Brock. That is it. You have a chance to make history. All right, no Mr. Relevant's been as good as you at the quarterback position. I believe in you, Brock. Like I said, Iowa Mafia. At number 1, y'all know who's number 1. Dak Prescott. I mean, this one was obvious. They don't pay you $40 million a year, Dak, to follow up 12-win seasons by getting bounced one-and-done style, all right? And Dak has a lot of mental hurdles to overcome heading into this game. Last week was his worst game ever. All right, heading into these playoffs. His second worst game of the season, the worst one up till last week, was against Tom Brady in week 1. And then last year, the way the playoffs ended in ugly fashion, a lot of mental hurdles for him to overcome. And Dak, the narrative, if you lose this game to an 8-9 Tampa Bay Buccaneers team, I don't care who the quarterback is, the narrative will be that Dak cannot win the big games, Dak cannot beat the good teams, and all the gaudy numbers are empty calories. Dak, I like you. I'm not sure if I believe in you.
Wow!
I like you, but I'm not sure I believe in you. That is this week's Bud List.
What a turn. Wow.
I like the Bud List. I'm not mad at it.
Thank you.
And, you know, just to be as motivating as you, I'm going to go to Minnesota.
Oh.
In my Bud List edition, Justin Jefferson.
Thank you.
Why is it Justin Jefferson? Because you are the offense.
Man.
Take a look at these numbers. 1,800 yards. You know the company you keep is greatness, man. Look at this. Look at the company that he's in with these yards.
Oh.
Jerry Wright, Super Bowl winner.
Wow.
You got Cooper Kupp, Super Bowl winner. You got Calvin Johnson. You got Antonio Brown, Julio Jones. All these guys are great. They were their team's offense. You are the difference maker. You got grittied on a few weeks ago.
You did.
You got the blueprint is supposed to be out on you. You know how you feel about that. There is no blueprint to what you can do or what a team can stop you from doing. You set the tone. You create the opportunities for everybody on that team, and you let those Giants walk in there believing that they can win, but walking out there feeling like we had a good year. Maybe next year will be our year. Justin Jefferson, go be great. Go motivate your team. And I don't want to hear nothing about the 1 o'clock. Kirk Cousins isn't playing at 1 o'clock. You have a lot to do with that, buddy.
That's good.
Go get it done.
Well done, Greg Jennings. Well done. Look, ever since Jair Alexander trash talked him, he has struggled. What's he got? 5 receptions, I think, in the last 2 games. So, yeah, that's a good one. That's a good addition.
It's a great addition. It's a great job by Greg. And a great job by Brew, not just because he was repeatedly saying, yeah, you know those things I disagreed with Nick about early in the year. It turns out he was right all along. But he also resisted the urge to do what I was certain you were going to do, which is put Trevor Lawrence on the Bud list. But you must have realized the game's on Saturday,
playing with
so
house
he
money.
literally has never lost. I'm going to put Micah Parsons on the Bud list. I do not think the Cowboys can win this game without Micah having a huge game. Now, luckily, he's Lawrence Taylor, and Lawrence Taylor always showed up in the playoffs. At least in Lawrence Taylor's first 5 career playoff games, he had a sack in every single one of them and 6 total. And early in the year, I just asked, I said, hey, how about we let Micah Parsons get to Von Miller status, and then Derek Thomas status, and then we can get to Lawrence Taylor status. But everyone said, no, this is where he's at. Well, it's where he was at, but the last 7 games has not been the case. So we can show you, he had 12 sacks weeks 1 through 12, and since then he has 1.5.
Not good.
The Cowboys' defense was utterly dominant weeks 1 through 12. It has been below average since then. And the Cowboys' pass defense was impenetrable weeks 1 through 12. It has been league average since then. You are now up against Tom Brady. But he is 45 years old, coming off the worst season of his career from a success standpoint. You have the opportunity, Micah Parsons, to be the best player on the field in a game involving the current guy recognized as the greatest player of all time. Your team, I don't believe, can win the game without you making a game-changing play. So, Micah Parsons, I'm putting you on the Bud list.
Not bad. And I think, and we disagree on this, Nick, I think that's why he didn't get on the All-Pro team as picked by the players, because of the way he kind of fell off a little bit in the second half of the season. And so, and then he puts out the tweet about, I'm going to be playing in the Super Bowl. So, yeah, the pressure is on Micah. Had we been a 5-man Bud list like we used to be, Wild shot that down a little while ago, he would have been
He's right. I mean, Wilds is right. You went to the Boston.
There's 6 people on the Bud list. Broussard, outside of that little shot you just took at me, there's nothing more I like than when you look right at the camera and you say, I believe in you. Well, I will try that, because I'm putting Davante Adams on the list. Davante Adams, I believe in you. However, Raiders management, I don't believe in you at all. Derek Carr, who was a pretty good quarterback, and guess what? An A-plus recruiter to getting Davante Adams on the team. Also, a great leader. And anytime a quarterback falters, like, you know what, we need a CEO in here. We need real leadership. Well, Derek Carr gave you that in spades, and you guys threw it away. He brought you through the whole last year of controversy and tragedy, and no one cares. And you let him go. You didn't play him for the last 2 games because you have a pipe dream that you're going to get some of the best quarterbacks in the history of football. You're like, oh, don't worry, Devontae Adams. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to get Tom Brady. Ooh, that looks good. That sounds like a great plan.
Tom looks angry.
Well, because he doesn't want to play in Las Vegas. How about, no. Okay, if that doesn't work, here's our next option. Oh, we're going to get Jimmy G. No, we're not going to get Jimmy G. I blew the joke. That's how I'm setting it. That's what happens when you don't have a plan. You go in with a plan, it goes awry. You get Aaron Rodgers.